Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to have a real casual conversation with you discussing my top 3 tips to lose weight while maintaining muscle mass. Now, as you guys probably saw from the thumbnail and the title of the video, I've dropped about 16 to 17 pounds since the beginning of the year. Believe it or not, in January, I was close to 198, 200 pounds at 5'10", and now I'm closer to about 180 to 182, and my ultimate goal is to get down to 175. Now, some of you might be asking, Scott, why did you get that heavy to begin with? Well, there's a couple different reasons. Number one, I've been incredibly busy for the last 17 months building out my mobile game, which, for those of you who don't know anything about that, you can follow me on Twitter, Scott_Herman. I won't bore you with the details here. However, I can tell you there's some really exciting things coming in July that I probably will tell you about. Anyways, been very busy with that. My schedule's been all over the place. I've had to travel all over the country having different meetings and going to different types of events. In fact, I was in New York City walking around in an 80-pound mech suit, okay? Again, a story for another day, but my schedule's been kind of all over the place. And I wanted to, at the start of this year, even though I had a lot of traveling still to do, get my fitness under control, focus on my workouts, strategize with my workout program, my cardio regimen, and what I'm eating so that by summertime, I could start to really be lean. And then by midsummer, so like towards the end of July, August, probably get down to my goal, which is about 175 pounds. Back when I first started my YouTube channel, believe it or not, I was probably like 155 to 160, maybe 165 max back in 2012. And that's when I looked my biggest, but I was actually my smallest. I was just more shredded. And so because I've been a lifetime natural athlete, the reason why I want to have this casual conversation with you is because you can watch this video and listen to these tips and know that they're going to work for you if you apply them now, because they have worked for everyone that I've shown them to over the years. Now, of course, your meal plan is going to dictate how successful you are, and I understand that meal plans are different for everyone across the board. Now, of course, you can go to my website, muscularstrength.com, and try my meal plan system for free. It'll help you build a custom meal plan for your body type, your height, your age, your weight, your body fat percentage, right? But general rule of thumb is that, for me at least, I like to stick on a high protein diet, keep my carbs mid-range, and then I fill in the rest of the calories with my fat. In fact, I've actually made videos in the past showing you how to do calculations on your own to build your meal plan, so I guess I'll link that down in the comment section below to you as well. So yeah, of course, meal plan is gonna be a big part of this. Don't worry, I can help you with that on my website. But without any further ado, let's get into the first tip. And tip number 1 is going to be cardio. Whenever I make a conscious plan that I want to get lean, I kick my cardio up. And I know, of course, you'll hear people say it's calories in versus calories out, and you don't have to do cardio to get lean. At the end of the day, guys, if you want to get it done and you want to get it done in a timely manner, you have got to put the cardio in, and it's for a few different reasons, okay? Number 1, when you do cardio for a prolonged rate of time, okay? I don't even know, did I just make a word up? When you do cardio, okay, for like 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, typically I like to do about 30 minutes max. What you're doing is you're elevating your resting metabolic rate for the entire day. In fact, it can last 24 to 48 hours. So what that means is after you complete your cardio, even when you're no longer doing cardio for the rest of the day, for that time period, your resting metabolic rate has increased and you're burning more calories. So you can up your calorie burn while you're not exercising from doing cardio. Also, you guys watched the video that I put out a couple weeks ago talking about how to increase your growth hormone by 771% with sprints. If you take that information and bring it into your cardio, instead of just doing steady state, which is fine if that's where you need to start, but you start incorporating sprints where you're doing an all-out sprint for 20 to 30 seconds. For those of you who are a bit more hardcore, 30 seconds to a minute, and you do intervals of like 4 or 5 sprints during that cardio session, not only are you gonna boost your resting metabolic rate, okay, but you're also gonna boost your growth hormone. And that's gonna help you even more with maintaining muscle mass, having energy, and leaning out. Why? Because your body is running more efficiently. So step number 1 is do cardio. And I will add one more note to this. For me, I like to do weight training at night, so I do my cardio either morning or midday. And that way, by the time I get to the gym at night, I've eaten more food and I'm able to hit the weights and not feel so drained. Now, can you do your cardio and weights together if you have to because of your schedule? Yes. However, I'm going to recommend you always do the cardio after the weight training. When you do cardio, what's happening? Your body's getting warm, everything's getting loosened up. Okay, your muscles are going to lose a bit of that elasticity that you need to train with heavier weights in the gym. It won't be a lot for everybody, but it will be there and it will drain you. So weight training first, then cardio, if doing them at the same time, is my recommendation. Of course, you can do whatever you want to do or what works best for you. My second tip comes down to programming. Now, of course, the type of program you do, whether it's a 5-day bodybuilding split or a push-pull legs or upper-lower or a full body, is going to depend on how many times you can go to the gym. Now, I actually have full workout programs for all of these different ways of training on my website, muscularstrength.com. They come with PDF downloads, Excel spreadsheets, and follow-along videos so you know how to do the entire program as well as proper form on every exercise. And you can try any of those for free along with my meal plan by going to my website and just signing up. So make sure you go there and check it out after this video is over. Now, in terms of the workout program itself, and you can always adjust the programs that I have, but let's go to the 5-day bodybuilding split because that's where I incorporate the technique I want to talk about right now, and it's drop sets. And I talk about drop sets all the time because time and time again, whenever I need to take my training to the next level, and by the next level, I mean boost my intensity, drop sets are the easiest way to do it. In fact, if you go to the gym right now with your current workout training program and you add 1 to 2 drop sets to all of your major compound lifts, I guarantee within the first or second set of your first exercise, let's say you're going to the gym for chest day and you're doing a bench, and normally you do 3 or 4 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions, right? And that's it. On your first set, you do 6 to 8 reps, let's say 225. As soon as you finish those 6 to 8 reps, you lower the weight down to 145. And you do 6 to 8 reps, and then you lower the weight down to 95 pounds and do 6 to 8 reps. That's a drop set. I guarantee after your first 2 sets of that, your pump and how full you feel, okay, just from that, is probably going to be better than after you complete your entire normal workout. And that's not because you're not training intensely enough right now. It's just that because we're infusing more volume in a shorter amount of time, we're really boosting the intensity. And so my second tip to you is start incorporating more advanced training techniques in your current workout program because you're going to be training harder. Your muscles are going to get more dense. They're going to get stronger. And the more muscle mass you have, and the harder you're training, the more calories you're going to burn. And the third and final tip I have for you might sound a little weird at first, but please hear me out. I want you to make sure you're going to bed hungry. Now, this doesn't mean that you're starving yourself and going to bed hungry. This means that you've managed to eat all of your calories that you're supposed to be eating in order to maintain as much muscle mass as you can while still being in a slight deficit in order to lose weight, right? Obviously, you have to be in a slight deficit to lose weight, but you're going to bed hungry, which means you're eating all of that food at least a few hours before it's time for bed. And the reason why I say this, and I can attest to this because I've lived it my entire life. Even if I eat the same amount of food, if I'm eating all of that food close to bedtime and then eating again when I wake up and then just kind of snacking throughout the entire day, I notice that I put on weight. I notice that my body never gets into a real fasted state. And when you get into a fasted state, that's when your body, we won't get into the scientific reasoning behind it, can later of course, but when you get into a fasted state, that's when your body starts really attacking the fat and breaking it down. You can't get into a fasted state if you're constantly eating. And constantly eating also does mean snacking at night before bed. So for me, what I do, I try to get all of my calories in by like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock max, because I usually go to bed around like 10, 10:30, maybe 11. And I know if I'm going to bed around that time and I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry, that I'm now starting to enter this fasting mode, because fasting starts about 3 to 4 hours after your last meal. Now, it's really easy to fall into a habit of feeling that. You're watching TV, you're bored, so you go and get something to snack on. What you want to do is avoid that and maybe go and get some water. Of course, you should be making sure you're drinking all of your water throughout the day already, but if you're having a hard time going to bed because you're feeling hungry and you're not used to it yet, go and drink some water. That'll help alleviate that feeling of being hungry. Now, it is hard to go to bed hungry, and this isn't starving. This is just like that hungry feeling. I know some people have a hard time with this and it prevents them from sleeping. I guarantee after forcing yourself to do it for 5 to 7 days, you get used to it and it becomes normal, just like any other habit or routine that you have in your lifestyle right now. It takes, I guess, for habits to form, 14 to 21 days? But I guarantee it won't take you that long to go to bed hungry here. So what I want you to do is focus on getting all of your food in a smaller window so that you're in a fasted state for at minimum like 8 hours, okay? This tip alone is going to change your outlook on eating. I guarantee it after the first few weeks, because you'll even start to feel thinner in the morning. It might not visibly be thinner, but you were in a fasted state all night. Your body is burning calories. You're going to wake up and feel thinner. If you wake up in the morning and feel bloated, it's typically because you've probably been snacking up until you went to bed, and then you started eating as soon as you woke up again, okay? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it works. And these are very simple things that you can do and apply to your training right now to get the process started. So again, guys, quick recap. Number 1, add cardio to your training, maybe 3-4 days a week, okay? Number 2, increase the intensity of your workouts by adding different techniques. I prefer drop sets. Of course, you guys can do supersets. Of course, you can do giant sets. Increase the overall intensity, not the length of your workout, the intensity of the exercises you're doing right now. And of course, you can go to my website and try any of my programs for free. And the third and final tip, guys, go to bed hungry. Get as many of your calories in as early as you can and try to get a fasted window of at least 8 hours. I guarantee you it's gonna change your life. If you guys enjoyed my video, please make sure you tap that subscribe button. Of course, click that notification bell. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.